All right, everybody, welcome into Real Talk with Spoon and Puddin. I'll be the one and only Big Spoon.
Puddin.
The primary purpose of this podcast is to educate and share thoughts and opinions. When we have proof and evidence on a topic, it will be brought forth. This podcast does not constitute advice or services to anyone. Spoon and Puddin do not accept any responsibility or liability for our guests or anyone's comments or actions based on the material we talk about on this podcast. This podcast is for private, non-commercial use, and everyone should ascertain that the information we provide is correct and verified at all times. There shall be no adding to, editing, or reproduction of this podcast without prior written permission from Spoon and Puddin. You can reach us at realtalkwithspoonandpuddin@gmail.com. What's up, Puddin?
No, another day. Don't you got an announcement to make? Yeah, I see what they see, don't you? But you got an announcement to make? You're looking for a new job, right? What'd you do? Oh, no. Come on now. What are you doing?
I had somebody walk in, sorry. Apologies.
Not very professional. Oh, no. Now you got background noise.
The big announcement is that Mr. Spoon has got all his paperwork turned in, and he will be on the ballot running for the mayor of Portland in November. So
you need a new job closer to home.
Yeah. No, we need somebody that's
libertarian.
Well, I'm not. I lean more towards libertarian, but I don't belong to any party. But
no, I don't think you're libertarian after your last week's events.
Oh hell. Which we won't get into that because it turned out a whole lot better than what you think. But
it turned out better. Okay, well, we haven't.
Well, for them.
Okay. So make Portland great again. You know.
Yeah, we need somebody better for our city and our community, and
current.
Hopefully, the people want change and they're going to get out and vote. Of course, I hope they vote for me, but I just want people to get out and vote.
Need to definitely change the current mayor. I asked him on July 1st for fluoride. Is it on there? Seen it? I hadn't seen the last meeting agenda.
Oh my God!
What? What are you looking at? What's going on? What are you looking at?
Oh, you didn't hear the background noise?
Oh,
I did. Never mind.
No, keep talking. Background noise, I'll tell you. No.
Keep talking.
Yeah, somewhere. Oh, okay. I'm getting stuff off screen here. Little memes and stuff.
You are.
Yeah. Look. No, so
you getting some pretty nice pictures, are you?
When's what is it? It's next. The meeting was moved from tomorrow to the week away. They ain't put it up yet, have they?
The 22nd. Nah, the agenda should be up Wednesday.
Yeah. So but remember, we were asking at the end of June and July to get fluoride on the agenda. Yeah, apparently nobody wants to put it on.
Well, yeah, I don't know I still don't know if it's got on there yet, but I do know that Open Records is going to be back on there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
You sure?
Well,
we've asked for some things to go up on there a couple of times, and they just don't.
This is according to Alderman Dillard. He said it's going to be on there, and I wish more people would pay attention to these meetings of what goes on and ask the hard questions and want to know the answers to these questions because, like the water problem, we've had a serious water problem for a long time, and the people that are in the office now, like your mayor, he sat on the council for 16 years and he's been mayor for almost 4 years. That's 20 years of the water problem.
So he can't just, in some ways, how can he shrug it off and say it ain't his problem?
Exactly. And 3 or 4 meetings ago, he admitted to the people that we had a serious water problem, and he admitted to the people that for 3 years of his reign as mayor that he concentrated on the sewer, which about a fourth of the population is on the sewer. Right, 20 to 30% of the people are on the sewer. 100% of the people are on the water. So for 19 years, you didn't worry about the water problem, but now it's election year. You're going to be rah, rah, rah. I'm going to fix the water problem. We got a water problem. We've had a water problem.
You've had a water problem if you've been putting fluoride in it for 20 years too. So,
and here's another question that people should be asking: why are we running water rights and sewer rights outside the city limits? Why do we continue to give these contractors 100 and 200 home subdivisions to go ahead and let them keep building when we can't promise to supply the current population?
Well, if you listen to the family member owner of the property where these big subdivisions are, Megan Thompson, she needs to go. She is the one that definitely needs to go.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Puddin, she's not going to go with the limited people that's running.
You could tell she is the ringleader up in there. That woman controls everybody. Just follows her around. She's got all them aldermans on a leash.
I don't think all of them.
I think the majority of them.
I mean, it seems that way when they vote because it's always.
She's got 3 or 4. Yeah, oh yeah, I know. It's like she's like leading the choir. She turned around with her little,
I have faith in Brian Woodall a little bit. And
sorry, I don't.
He makes me proud sometimes, and then he makes me upset sometimes. Same thing with Jody. Same thing with Dillard. Same thing with Mike Hall.
Mike Hall, what a joke! He was the one that kind of.
But I
don't know why these people are trying to get our addresses. I don't want your address, dummy. And if I wanted your address, I know what Google is. I can find you. Found you. If that makes you better, Mike Hall. I don't care where you live, and I don't care if you know where I live. That's irrelevant in the argument of a FOIA request.
And here's another question that the people should be asking, and I think I'll tell you my answer. The people should be asking: is it time for us to vacate Baldwin Parkway and Robertson County over there? Where
we're all affected. What is that they're building next to 1171? What's that big?
They're building another warehouse.
Oh yeah, who's going to get the? So this water crisis they have is going to supply another warehouse that probably belongs to the Collinses.
Matthew Hudson said White House Water might take over Portland someday soon. Well, personally, at this point, I think it would be better if the people voted to give White House control of the water, and we just manage it because. I mean, we're already to the point we're buying water from White House, and we have to. But getting back to the Baldwin Parkway, we had no business. The people need to be thinking about these things.
In Robinson County,
we had no business going out there. We all know why we went out there.
We went out there because a select rich family in this town wanted it out there.
But we have to supply all the fire, police, EMS, water, sewer, everything out there in a different county.
They could be like Disney and build their own water plants.
And Robertson County gets all the benefit from the taxes. Now, do we get a small amount of school percentage? Of course we do. Does it make up for all the time and trouble and cost to this city? Absolutely not. And I think we need to focus from the inside out and fix the troubles in our own home before we start extending outside. Like we got so many problems in-house with our city and other departments and then our water issues. Why are we worried about parts of Robertson County or any other city like Mitchellville? They've had sewer since 99. Of course, they pay for them sewer lines, and I believe, hey, they paid for them. We give them the right to have them. They should have them. That was our stupid fault that we done it in the first place. But 23 years later, we can't go back and say, well, we shouldn't have given you this when we did, so we're going to take it back. Can't do that. So you're going to have to keep on keeping on, but you just can't keep making the same stupid mistake over and over and over when your house is not in order. That's like me going over and telling the neighbor he needs to do this and do that when my house is not in order. not in order. Can't do that.
Yeah, you should never be talking to the neighbors. Or
That's absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, with the money that we're in debt, and the and to being into Robeson County with all those factories and everything where we're at,
mm-hmm.
Kathy Minihan said, "When do we vote for another mayor?" That will be November 8th. I think it's November 8th.
November 8th. And if you missed the announcement, that man right there's going to
Yeah,
be running for mayor.
Mr. Big Spoon. My real name's Charles Cole. Most everybody knows what my real name is. I'll be on the ballot unless I get sabotaged. And that
Oh, you
that
mean
would
unless the new detective, decides to? How dare you talk about me saving my mistress?
that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me one day if I did get sabotaged. But here's another thing. You talk about that. You just threw that in my mind about why does the media not report the real things around here? And let's not say any names, but it's just like the water problem. The water problem has been going on for years and years. It's not just this mayor; it was the previous mayor. So, what does the media not report to the people the real issues?
Because they want to be friends. They want to be,
So the people should be their own detectives.
just like the chambermaid who got rescued from her DUI. Now they have a podcast so they can try to spin control. So they can hear the other side of the story.
Brian Woods, exactly. Everybody got a vote. Miss Mooneyhan, yes, ma'am. I've got my paperwork turned in as of Friday, and that unless they sabotage me, I will be on the ballot. Of course, I want everybody to vote for me.
You've managed trucking companies before.
Yes, I have.
You've been in management. You've been in plenty of businesses, and
I've been in logistics. I've been in management. One thing the mayor's going to say, he has no experience, but neither did he 3.5 years ago when he became mayor.
One promise is that sorry city attorney is going to have to defend the city of Portland when you fire a detective if you get the job.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about firing anybody.
Hey, you know what? That guy letting getting that woman off for that DUI, he deserves to be fired.
Yeah, but at this point, it's 2.5 years later. You got to wait for him to mess up again. I'm sorry, I don't like it either. But you can't wait 2.5 years. He's detective, right? He's went from sergeant to lieutenant to detective.
Put it. Maybe you should put it on the agenda. Should Officer Hope be fired?
Well, they ain't gonna put that. They ain't gonna put that on the agenda.
Why can't? What's stopping them from putting it on the agenda?
Yeah, I mean, you could request it, but they ain't gonna put that on there. But I can tell you this: if I was to win, I'm not going to sit here.
Mess up one more time.
Oh yeah, for definite. I'm not going to sit here and say for sure that people are not going to get fired, and I'm not going to sit here and say for sure people are going to get fired. But we have a lot. I can tell you this: heads are going to have to roll because you have a lot of people in high positions making a lot of money that don't deserve to be there. And they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and you got a lot of the little workers that are working really, really hard, and they're not making the money they need to make.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's.
Kim Jones says her eyes have been open. Watch you guys. I appreciate it. That's kind of what our point is. We're not perfect, and we're not sitting here saying that every week when we come on here and talk about these things about the city and all these that they're 100% bad. But I don't feel like the people that are in place right now represent the people and do what's best for the people. And that's one thing. If I get in there, I can promise you that I'm going to do what's in the best interest of the people. I'm not going to be bought. I could care less about money. These big contractors that want the handouts and are wanting to hand you to get bids and be your buddy and have cronies. That shit's not going to happen. It's not. We're going to stop the waste. We're going to stop the buddy system, and we're going to do things the right way. We're going to cut corners, and we're going to save money. We're going to stop coming to the people with their hands out and saying, we need more money because we can't manage the money you give us, and we can't manage the $50 million we borrowed that we're in debt now.
No, it's not only the $50 million. It's the fact that, you got to pay off these last goofballs' problems.
Well, yeah.
And stop adding a half cent. And remember that everyone in Portland, they're trying to raise the taxes this year. So go out and vote.
On the ballot, they're going to try to raise the taxes.
Turn that.
It's like
Say no to the half-cent tax, and then say yes to Charles Cove. Like
it's,
I said, I'm not going to go put my thongs on and do a car wash for you, Mr. Big Spoon.
well,
I know that's what people want, but
I think you've made a lot of people happy.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you said you was the one that was getting all mad. Well, you said you was going. I am supporting you right now. If 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 this was a real true community, it's like the mayor and everybody sits there and wonders why I care, or like I mean, the thing that the recorder Patricia said about well, we were kind of wondering why you're worried about the fluoride when you don't even have on. I don't. Okay, yeah, I'm not on the city water. Sure, I get that. And city water ain't out here where I live, but the mail that comes in my mailbox still is addressed Portland. I mean,
well, like in 2020,
my driver's license says Portland, but because I'm on the outside of the city limits, I can't run for alderman. I can't vote for Big Spoon.
Yeah, that's. But if you own land or a business in the city, you can.
I don't. I got one just piece, but this is all I wanted. But still, I think that should change. I think I should have a right to vote.
In 2018, the half-cent tax was on the ballot, and the people voted it down.
We're doing again.
And this year, it's going to be on the ballot in 2022, and the people need to get out and speak. Now, White House
in 2018, the mayor got his job, and 3 years later, he's trying to raise your taxes again, and he wants you to rehire him after he's done giving himself what's his increase going to 25%?
$20,000 raise when he was making 60. So
he's got himself a 25% pay raise increase going in, and he wants you to pay for it.
And he thinks he's got it wrapped up. And then he wants to
borrow $6 million from Clarksville.
They already did.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And that $6 million, they went to a bond company in Clarksville to borrow $6 million. That's like a regular person like me and you going to a check cashing place because the bank won't give us any money. That's how far strapped our city is. They have to go to another city to a bond company to borrow money. And then they want to come to the people like us with their hand out and say, we want to raise your taxes.
Y'all need to wake up.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is the thing I've been telling people. I'm not
that mayor, that current mayor, man, being an alderman all them years, and now he's on the. Yeah, I mean, what a joke.
16 years on the council, and then 4 years as mayor. And here's the thing that really bothers me that I told him, and told a lot of people. He stepped away from being on the council because he said God called him to be a full-time preacher and concentrate on his flock. And I agree with that if that's what he wants to do. But then he comes back and runs for mayor and says his God told him that he needs to give up preaching and come back and be a full-time mayor. Now, my response is his God, my God's not the same, because my God would never tell you to vacate the people of the flock to go into politics. Right?
No, my God's the voice in my head.
I know you're different.
I just got the voice in the head that tells me what to do.
I'm not a politician. I'm never going to be a politician. I'm never going to fall into their traps. And I don't think on the local level in a municipality, in a little city community, do you need these freaking politicians stealing the people's money and running it like it's Washington? Look at Washington, D.C. in our country. That's the reason we're where we're at now.
Yeah. Oh, man. So anyway, but no, like I said, did you see the Friday? I didn't watch it.
The Friday. No, it's on Spotify. It's not even. They don't even put it on. They're doing something on Spotify. Anyway, the chamber has started a podcast. I don't know where they got that wonderful idea, but supposedly it's just on Spotify. I mean, I didn't find it on their page anywhere, and I was told they're doing it on Spotify. So yippee, whatever. It's kind of comical. I wanted to call them up and go, hey, we'll come on your podcast if you want to come on ours, but I haven't done it.
Well, you could send the invite now. Just like any alderman or the mayor, if he wants to come on here, we'll let him on here.
Oh yeah, we have an open invite.
We got an open invite to all of you. Megan Thompson, come on here and defend yourself.
No, they're not going to do that.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, we know she ain't going to.
And I want y'all to understand this too, people.
Understand that her check probably doesn't even fill up her SUV.
What real job has she had in life? to be sitting where she's sitting, right? She's never had to work a day in her life. And they put her in positions to where she's over this committee and over that committee. What job has she had to give her that experience to be over those committees?
What job did the Callis have that gave him the experience other than sitting on a board watching everybody say I and follow the rich people in town?
Well, and the funny thing about her is they took the Parks and Recreation Committee away from Alderman Dillard because of his ordeal, because they couldn't kick him off the board because he didn't violate their policy. So they had to do something. So they pull him off the Park and Recreations where his kids go here. He cares about the parks in the community. He cares about the kids playing sports. He played in this community. And they hand it over to her, and her kids don't go to school in this community. They don't play sports in this community. They send them to private schools. You think she gives a shit about the parks and the kids in the community? No, she don't.
She might. They gave it to her.
Yeah, well,
I guess, she's going to organize, do car washes.
Just like that retail strategy that the taxpayers already spent $90,000 on, that they want to do $30,000 more for this year. Thank goodness it got deferred, and hopefully it gets turned down. But the only family that benefits from that retail strategy is hers. And they got enough money. They can pay the $30,000 themselves. Leave the people alone. We don't want to pay for it. You brought in 3 years, $90,000.
You brought
nothing.
Planet Fitness. That was the only thing they could say they brought in here.
Planet Fitness was going to come in either way.
Well, I mean, they said that was the one. That was the one thing they said. That was what they had said on the agenda about it. They admitted that that's the one point.
They had some influence with it. But Planet Fitness, if it was a good deal, they was coming anyway. It wasn't like they went out Planet Fitness and sold them on the building and sold them on the property and said, this is a good place for you. It's not like they went out and done that. They just had a little influence on it. And next they're going to say they brought in these $42 generals, right? By the way, people, if you don't know it, we're getting another Dollar General.
Yeah, another one. You already had, I think we had 8 was the count. And if you took and put a pin on the map right in the center of Portland with a 10-mile circle, you could probably get to, with the new one, you'll get to 8 Dollar Generals in a 10-mile radius. If you probably stretch that out to 15, you might be able to step it up to 11 or 12. So, yep, another one. Another more Collins. I guess Collins, they probably don't own it. They're probably shorting Dollar General stock because they're making Dollar General buy all their property and build everything within throwing distance.
Now that I've got all my paperwork stuff turned in, I want to transition more to talking about the good things and what the improvements and things and what things that the city needs. Everybody should know.
We don't need another Dollar General.
No, but you got to understand this. At least Dollar General coming in, they're paying taxes, right? If you go around and you talk to and find all the things from all these factories in the town, I think they done a study a few years back, and there was don't quote me the exact on this, but there's 42 factories somewhere in that range, and only 16 of them were paying taxes because when they came in, they promised them they would never have to pay taxes. So at least when these Dollar Generals are coming in, at least they're paying taxes to the city.
Have you seen the paperwork?
You may not
know that for sure.
Oh yeah, we can pull the paperwork, but but I'm just saying.
I'd like to know that for sure because the Dollar General headquarters is just down the road.
Because Scottsville, because they're retail, right?
No. The headquarters is Madison.
But their warehouse headquarters
in Scottsville.
Yeah.
They got a warehouse in Bowling Green too. That's not the point. Their headquarters is right there in Goodlettsville.
But what I'm saying is, if you have $10 Generals within the city limits, and they all pay taxes and they create jobs, whether they're great jobs or not, at least they're serving something to the community. If you have 20 factories in the city, yeah, they're creating jobs, but they're not paying taxes, right? So you're only getting a half win on them. I'm not saying that everybody needs $10 Generals in the city limits. We don't need that. But the two benefits is they're paying taxes. They're paying taxes and they're creating jobs. So it's not jobs that are going to be
when businesses like that do stupid things like that, and then they end up going belly up. Next thing you know, you've got 10 empty buildings that were all the same and built the same.
I understand.
Because
I understand.
they're doing that. I mean, that was a dumb move.
The biggest issue I have with that is the big haggle over the old farmers bank that the city owns, that the people would rather them do something else with, probably sell and get $1 million plus maybe $2 million back into the city to pay for things. But instead they want to hand it over to the chamber and let them lease it for $1 a year or whatever, and the city still have to foot the bill for everything. And the one of the things Megan said in that meeting was, not only her, but well, we don't want to sell it to somebody who's going to put another Dollar General here and then going to mess up our little center of town there. But guess whose property got sold for the new Dollar General coming in?
Who's that?
It was their family. So, they talk out of both sides of their mouth. What the real thing, what she should have said is, we want to make sure we benefit from it before we sell anything. See, her or her family wasn't going to benefit from selling that farmer's bank. So, they would rather not. But,
well, I mean, so instead of what could they have put there that would have made a lot of people happy though?
You could probably done a lot of things.
What, that farmer's bank?
Yeah.
What? You're not allowed to build anything but a volunteer and a farmer's bank here.
Well,
anyway.
I'm not talking about a bank. I mean, what if you opened a community center for the teenagers, and they had somewhere to go or somewhere to do?
You can't do that. That's not allowable in this town. I mean, they don't even let the man that actually uses the Parks and Recreation Center, Dillard, be the man on the, to give it to the person who doesn't have. So,
I mean, there's lots of things that we could do with that building, right?
I'd say bulldoze it.
It's just like the farmer's market. The farmer's market that they have on Thursday on the square.
It's a joke.
It's a joke, and the person running it is a joke. Let's just be honest, right? I don't mean I say that. I'm gonna tell you, her business is not doing well, and she controls that
farmer's market.
Talk
about Harvey Hollow, right across the street. Yeah, that was. I know what.
I want to make this.
What a little bit over there said was something about, she was talking about how the Family Dollar Market's going to go in across the street from Harbin Hollow, and that it's going to hurt her business. And I'm like, trust me, if you're shopping at Family Dollar, or Dollar General, you're not shopping at Harbin Hollow.
I want the people. Have y'all ever been through Franklin, Kentucky on a Friday or Saturday night during spring and summer and fall?
Yeah, it's nice.
Right? Huh? They're having concerts on the squares. They got everything going on. The people in that town are there. The city is jumping.
Yeah, they care.
That should be our town every Friday and Saturday night when it's warm. That's what we need to turn it into, right?
No, I agree. We need to turn it into that, and that's what we've been talking about on here so far. But apparently we can't get anything on the agenda. I wanted to start with fluoride. Let's start with fluoride and let's see where we can go. And apparently nobody wants to talk about it.
If anybody's paying attention and you want to talk about things, they tell you it's got to be on the agenda, and then they tell you it's easy to get on the agenda. Just talk to your alderman.
Then it don't get on the agenda.
It don't get put on there. So if any of y'all want things on the agenda or you want to help us out, call an alderman, call the mayor. You send emails, get stuff put on the agenda, because these are topics that need to be talked about. There's topics that need to be fixed, and even if they're on their way out the door, which we all hope they are, most of us do anyway, maybe they'll do some good on the way out. That's all we can hope for, because they sit there and complain that we have not much retail in the city. We have not many great restaurants in the city, and this and that, and there's nothing to do. But the powers that be control all that, because if you want Walmart or Chick-fil-A, or you pick one of those big corporations to come in here, and the people that own the businesses and the property jack the price up, those corporations don't have to pay that price. That's why they go to Franklin and White House and Gallatin, Hendersonville, because they can get a fair deal and still put their business, right? They don't have to deal with the corrupt cronies
The
up here in
stronghold.
our town. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But that's
Uh,
like you were saying about our square. Our square could be improved a lot on. I mean, that's where I
yes.
wanted to go to get a lot fixed, but we ain't
And
going to.
and like the farmers market, me and you talked about that. Why don't we have a year round farmers market and everybody can bring and swap and trade and do whatever they want to? Why does it have to be one day a week, only in these 3 months, controlled by somebody, and they allow who can and can't come to this farmers market and do bartering and trading and swapping? Let's get back to everybody be able to communicate and help one another. Like if you got eggs and I got tomatoes and we're there and I say, hey
No,
dude,
we gotta buy. According to the Hardman controller, we got to buy like a $500,000 insurance policy or something for that. And I'm like, that's not a
yeah,
farmer's market.
no,
Farmer's market is where you just, you have something, you come up, you show up, and you sell it. You know what I mean?
yep,
There is I get the idea of laws and insurance and all that stuff, but a lot of people don't even know this. There's Supreme Courts that go back to like was it the late 1700s, early 1800s, Good Samaritan laws. Like if Cash Savers or Food Line wanted to donate their food that was spoiled, you know,
right,
most companies throw it away because they're scared that they're going to get sued. But no,
right.
you can't be sued.
That's what's wrong with America. You know how many restaurants and stores throw their good food away
Oh,
when
I know.
you got starving people in this country? It's just mind blown. Miss Mooneyhan, I will do anything that I can that's going to better our city and the people want if I can do it. She asked me if I would get a real senior citizen place. The one uptown is a joke. I mean, I can't guarantee anything, but I would work my butt off to do
Which
anything that's going to better our city
is there only one in town or something?
in the city limits. I'd have to think about it. Nah, I think there might be two.
Where's the second one? I know
Uh,
ain't the one behind Dollar General. Just
but there's
Dollar
one,
General's in front of pretty much everything in this
the
town.
one behind the old hospital too, at Highland. But anyway, I'll do anything I can do that's going to be better for our city or the people want. I made a statement before. If the people came, 80% of the population said they wanted a splash pad that shot turds out in the air, whether I like it or not, the people want it, and
It'd be a place
that's
for
what I push for.
it'd be a place for that sewage that you don't get to go. Oh boy.
You're
But
not the
no.
only one waiting to get kinky.
Yeah. hmm But no, like I said, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. But did you have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing I want to hit on is the people getting out and vote, the people watching these meetings and pay attention to what really is going on. Um,
Whether you
realize,
vote, whether you vote for that asshole over there or
right?
not, I want you to at least vote the half cent down because
Yeah, you use your constitutional right and get out and vote. I want you to vote for me, but I want you to vote for what you think's best, right? If you want the same old same, you vote for Mike Callis.
vote for all
If
the incumbents.
if you want to change, you vote for me.
Get all the if their names on the ballot this time, get them out, throw them out.
I work a full time job now, but if I win, I'm quitting my full time job to be mayor to try to make a difference. And it's not just to suck the money from the people; it's to get in there and get my hands dirty and get rid of the dead weight, make some improvements in every avenue that I can, and listen to the people and give them what they want. I'm not going to waste $50 million. We're going to go in there and start cutting and see how much of that money that they've wasted that we can get back, so we don't have to go to the people and say, "Oh, we need to raise your taxes." It pisses me off more than anything when they come with their hands out.
It'd be nice if you could get back some of the land and sell it and pay off some of the debt.
Well, like me, you talked about in the last meeting, they were haggling over that $300,000 or $400,000 to pave Scatterville Road and the grant that they've been fighting to get. When if they sold the Farmers Bank and the other property, they'd have the minimum of $2 million, maybe $3, $4, or $5 million. And is that $300,000 or $400,000 really being an issue?
I don't know. like I said, I mean, I just couldn't believe the audacity of them complaining about that traffic light on or that speed
Yeah,
camera.
they want to fight over what was it?
60, I think it was $6,000 or something.
$6,500
Was
for
it
a
65? Yeah,
yeah
for a speed limit sign by by a new school
by the school to
to
help protect your
remind people,
children.
hey, there's kids here, and this is how fast you're going. We don't know about that, but we let's spend $30,000, and we might be able to bring in maybe an 11th dollar general. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
y'all take that in consideration, people, when you're uh, looking at all this. They had no problem spending $90,000 on a retail strategy to try to bring businesses in here, and the only family that was going to benefit from that was the
Well,
family that.
there's more than one family.
Well, the main family that was going to benefit from that was the one that owns all this, right? And we really seen very little out of that. It's wasted money, but they'll fight and haggle over spending $6,500 on a light in a school zone that may protect your children. Does anybody else see a problem with that?
I wonder since 1171 Vaughn Parkway was the end of the line up there, and now they're building a new piece of property. I wonder where have they voted on that line going to the new place?
I think it's annexed past that. I'm pretty sure. They
So
knew.
well, they're right now they're voting to hook Dorman up, which is across the street from 1171.
Yeah.
So they're
Okay.
still voting to hook Dorman up. I don't, that business is open. I don't know.
I think we need to get out. We need to throw our cards and say we should never been here. We're going to cut our losses and we got to get out. And I think I would think most of the people would be on board there too. Why are we in another county spending our money, our resources when we don't even benefit from the taxes over there? Robertson County gets them.
Yeah, like I said, it's amazing, but I don't know. Like I said, I was surprised when I was there in 1171 Vaughn Parkway the other day, and I looked and I was like, "Wow, what are they building over there?"
But they'll spend $1 million on lights on the new exit over there. That's in a different county. They'll spend $3 million on 2 new fire trucks, but they'll fight over $6,500 sign might possibly save a life.
$400,000 on Scatterville Road or whatever.
Yeah,
we can't blow our budget here. We're doing 3 times that to put traffic lights up, or put some street lights up.
That should have been paid 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, people pay attention. Is that where it is now? It barely works. I don't know what she's talking about. You talk about the sign for the kids. No,
I think it was on 52 by the new school.
Was it Gateview? The one out
the
there.
New school over there by New Deal Potts or whatever. I think that might be.
I think it's Gateview, the one out there going towards the interstate after you pass the high school.
They were talking about putting a digital "Your speed is" sign permanent set up there for 6,500, and they had a full debate on it. They had to go back and forth and argue about it. Well, what's the lifespan of this? And it's like we're worried about the pennies and you are the dimes and nickels and quarters that you're throwing away.
They'll waste a dime to save a nickel, but they'll throw away $1 million and then argue about $6,500. It's if you watch these meetings, it's almost comical, and it pisses me off. But then on the other side, it's almost comical. You have more structure, more balance, and more logical thinking at a zoo with a bunch of monkeys screwing a football than you do at some of these meetings. And I'm not saying that lightly. I'm serious. I've actually had to turn some of these meetings off and stop watching them, and then go back to them because they piss me off so much that these people run our city.
I've already told you I don't want to watch it no more. It's about the most I want to watch it is like watching MSNBC or CNN or Fox at a restaurant while you're waiting on your food order, like at a truck stop. When I go get me a sub or something.
Yeah.
Sure, the news is on, but sure, I'm only there for two or 3 minutes waiting on my sandwich so I can get out. I don't want to say it more than that because it's like it's just depressing watching all these people do all this stuff. Like
and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because
you can't, dude. There's no benefit of the doubt. I've watched a couple of the last meetings, and I thought this is a joke.
Well, what I'm saying is, most of these people, on a personal level, I like them. Right? I have no problem with Mike on a personal level. Brian Woodall, Like Jody, grew up with Jody. Thomas Dillard, same. Uh, Penny Bars, I know her husband real well. I seen him, I think yesterday morning. Said hello too. There's nothing personal uh, to say about these people. It's all about the position they hold, and I know a lot of them, or some of them, may not be able to compartmentalize that. Well, this guy's saying something bad about me. No, he's saying something about the position you hold, the decisions you make. Right? Once you step out of there and you're a regular person, and I'm a regular person, that's a different relationship. So
You fine. I'm
well,
looking
I
at 'em
understand.
I look at them like, oh, that rich person over there just told everyone that this is what they want, and everyone just, goose steps right in behind them and aye. And it's like, what? That's not the position of government.
Brian says, bring back the work study before the council meeting and have it televised. Well, that's one thing. Everything should have 100% transparency. You know, just like the last meeting we went to, the meeting they were in, they run late. That meeting wasn't televised. I'm sure that was probably a work study or whatever. Everything should be 100% transparency. You work for the people. You're public servants. That's not a diss at you. It just means that's the field you picked. All your records are open. You spend taxpayer money. Everything should have 100% transparency, and the people should know because you represent the people. And if you are there just to cover up and hide, and you're there for you and your buddies, you don't represent the people, and you don't need to be there, right? And if you're not okay with 100% transparency, you're not there for the right reasons. All right. If I'm there, everything I do, I don't care if they televise at all. That's what needs to be done, right? Of course, you can't go walk around televising every worker, but I'm saying anytime you have a meeting, anytime you have a decision where you're going to spend money or you're going to do this or do that, all that needs to be televised. The people need to know beforehand. What was it, 2 or 3 meetings back when Alderman Woodall was telling them, hey, we need to defer this and put it back and get it on the agenda so the people know that it's on here so they can come and speak on it before we vote on it. And they all turned him down. They voted on it anyway. That should never happen.
No.
Oh, we didn't tell the people they didn't know anything about it. We're going to vote on it anyway. That is the reverse.
No, that was at 4%. The 4%. The 4%. The survey that said that.
Yeah, raise
everyone's pay about 4% would be in line with every other city.
Yeah.
Just because every other city's jumping off a bridge, does that mean you do it?
But you had one alderman telling them, hey, we didn't put this online.
Put it on the line. Nobody's got to see it. It's not transparent. I think if Patricia's in it, I think that, she's already a person that should be, encouraged to go ahead and retire. She's already made almost $40 an hour. It's about time. You're
not her favorite. You know that?
I don't care. She made you mad the last time.
The other day when I was in there, yeah. she was a little rude to me. It was unexpected.
It was unexpected. Well, she must have mistook you for me.
I guess.
Entity level. Whatever. Hey, I don't. Like I said, if she's getting 4%, that's ridiculous. She's already probably overpaid. My dad worked 40 years for the phone company and as a union man and didn't retire at that wage. That's ridiculous. That's obscene. Oh my God. I think my dad was making about, what was it? Probably about $27 an hour after 40 years in a Cable Workers, CWA, Cable Workers Association union.
Kathy said, seriously, 40 an hour? Was that what you said?
3708 is what the city reporter makes.
That was their base pay. That's what
she makes last year, 2021. That was the page from 2021.
That was her base pay. She might have got
a 22 raise, which I don't know if she did. She didn't include it, but that was around the same time I seen the file. And then if she's in the 4%, then that's going to boost her another $1.70 or something.
Yeah, that doesn't include.
That's base. Her base is almost $80K.
That don't include overtime, incentives, and all that. So if you could put all that in, she might be making $100,000 a year.
But you've got Woodall sitting there saying that the people need to see this 4% raise. It needs to be posted online,
and they should.
And they shot him down.
They
killed it,
and they voted on it anyway without being 100% transparent with the people. There's so many examples to the people that says these people are not here for me. They're not going to do the right thing. They're there for themselves. and they're going to continue to dig the hole. And guess who pays for it? Always the taxpayers. You pay for it when they raise the taxes. They pay for it when they give you less for more. You know, I don't understand why more people are not concerned and have a voice on this. If you just look at the ballot, the people running, you have 2 people running for mayor, and you have a total of 4 or 5 running for alderman, and with three positions open.
It could be 3. It's not closed yet. It won't be. You won't know that what it is till next Thursday.
Yeah, because right now you have 2 people running for alderman and 2 people running for mayor, because that's the people that's turned their paperwork in, and you have 3 positions open for alderman. So it's a possibility. I talked to somebody about this. There's a possibility that if only 2 people turned their paperwork in, you got 3 spots open. Then you got to go back to charter to see even how that spot's filled. Yeah, you're right, Money Hand. Why would she retire if she's making that kind of money? If you got a cushy air conditioner job making between 80 and 100 grand a year, and you got probably 6 months to 6 weeks of vacation, and off every weekend, off every holiday. I mean, why would you retire? I mean, I wouldn't retire either.
Didn't say how much vacation. Who knows? 40 years, you might be up to 3 months of vacation.
I don't know how much vacation.
I mean, she's in the short couple months, she's been on vacation a couple times and couldn't give us our FOIA request. I know once or twice for me.
Well, since May, June, July, August, in less than 4 months, it's been 2 vacations.
Yeah, I know there's been 2.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. But no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, of course, no. Why should she retire? Maybe you should back some of her salary now. Then she'd quit.
Cut her pay in half.
Go through there and find the overpaid people and say we're going to just, we got to save some money. The city's broke.
Yep.
Like maybe I could convince Big Spoon to go in there and say, well, I'm not going to take that new mayor salary. We're going to keep it at 60.
What?
Callis has sure feathered himself a nice little bed if he wins it again, hasn't
he? Or you could take the salary and you could donate part of it right back into the city to certain sections, right?
You could put it in the sections you want it into.
If you need help more at swimming pool or this or that, donate it back to there so it goes straight to something that needs to be marked.
Hey, he sure ain't thinking for the people, though. That's for sure.
Guys, if you can do anything to help me out, spread the name, talk to people, tell them I'm going to be on the ballot. If you can help me out, that's a way to help me out. I'm not coming to the people with my hand out asking for their money. If I get donations, I'm going to put up signs. I'm going to buy some signs myself. But I'm not going to be the typical politician with the hands out, because I think that's one of the things I'm fighting against. We've had our hands out to people enough.
Yeah. Just put your you want to support him, put a sign up, buy a shirt, put a shirt with his name on it,
Get out
around town.
Tell people, get out and vote. Those are things.
If you give us 500 thumbs up on the video, maybe we can get Spoon out there in a thong doing a car wash at the Advance.
I don't know if anybody wants to see that. I mean, I am pretty sexy, but I don't know how many want to see that.
Put you a thong and get you some a seashell top on, cover up your nips. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, guys. It's been good. It's been fun. I promise we get him out of here by 7. Then it's fixing to hit 7, so I got to get him out of here. Later.
All right, everyone. We'll see y'all next week.
Next week. Thank you.